guys, it's Tessa, and today I'm going to be talking about movie adaptations, or more specifically, are we too hard on movie adaptations? So before we begin, I do want to clarify that I am not considering myself an expert when it comes to movies or books. I definitely have not read enough books or seen enough movies to consider myself an expert. This is just my opinion. So in this video, I wanted to talk about how critical we are about movie adaptations. And what I mean by movie adaptations is a book that is turned into a movie, and that movie is the adaptation. And I think with movie adaptations, a lot of people are very unhappy with them because they are not exactly like the book that they read, and they just don't like it because of that. But one point that I want to make is that people who haven't read the book actually do enjoy the movie very much more than anybody who reads the book first and then watches the movie is. And I think that's really interesting, and I did do a little bit of research on this, and I want to show you what I found. One of the adaptations that really stood out to me was the Enola Holmes movie that came out a couple months ago. It was really great, and I highly suggest it if you haven't seen it already. And I don't think many people are aware that this movie is actually an adaptation of a book. And I read the book also, and the movie is way better. Like, the book is terrible. Don't read the book. The movie is way better. And it's also a lot more popular. And I knew that I was going to find a lot of reviews of people that had not read the book and only seen the movie. And so I was looking up reviews, and I found that practically all of the reviews that I found were positive. By the way, I went to the same website for reviews, and I looked up the Enola Holmes book review, and there were literally no reviews. So you can tell that this movie is way more popular than the book. So we've covered the point that people tend to be more happy with the movie when they haven't read the book. But then there's the other way around, where if people really like the book, they tend to not enjoy the movie as much. A few examples of this happening is with the Giver movie and the Ella Enchanted movie. When I was looking up reviews for each of these movies, I found a ton of negative ones that are comparing the book to the movie and not necessarily giving an actual review to the movie. They weren't talking about the movie, they were just comparing it to the book. So I couldn't really understand this whole flawed first impression of the movie until I figured out that I had experienced this myself. I was one of those people who was comparing the book to the movie and being unhappy with the movie because of that. So you can probably tell that I am a Harry Potter fan. I read the books and then I watched the movies. I still haven't seen all the movies, but I have read all the books, and that's how I did it. I would read the book and then I would watch the movie and then move on to the next book. So when I read The Goblet of Fire, I thought it was great. Like, it was good. It wasn't my favorite, but it was still a good book. And then I watched the movie, and let me just say that the Goblet of Fire movie made the most changes so far that I've seen of these Harry Potter movies. Like, for example, if you haven't read the book, this is a spoiler, but Rita Skeeter being an animagus was not in the movie, but it was in the book, and I was very unhappy about this. I really wanted that part in the movie. I was very excited to see it, and there were like 2 scenes with Rita Skeeter, and that was it. But then when I was thinking about this video, I realized that if I hadn't read the book, I would not have known that Rita Skeeter was an animagus, and therefore I wouldn't be unhappy with it because of that. And I'm sure that's the same case with so many people everywhere, because if we don't read the book, we don't know what we're missing. So that's the problem. We are too critical with movie adaptations because we really love the book and we really want the movie to stay very close to the book. But here's the thing. I think that movies, especially movie adaptations, are allowed to take creative liberties. Everybody interprets a story differently, and the director could always understand a story in a different way than you or I might. They're allowed to cut scenes, they're allowed to change the climax slightly, it's their movie, they're allowed to do anything. Okay, maybe not everything. That's my second point I want to make. In defense of all the salty bookworms out there, movie adaptations should enhance the storyline, not take away from it. Sure, they can take away scenes for movie purposes. It actually makes sense. Some scenes are just too wordy, or they don't look good on screen, or the actors just don't like them. I don't know, there's always some reason for taking away scenes. But I think that if the movie director is going to change the storyline even slightly, they should enhance the storyline. They should make it better if they can. They should listen to the audience and listen to the readers of the original story instead of just doing whatever they want. They need to listen to the people if they want the people to watch their stuff. And I think that one movie adaptation that does this perfectly is, again, Enola Holmes. So everything in the movie is pretty much close to the book, except for when Enola leaves her house, and after that, literally everything is different. Like, I'm not joking. There is nothing the same. That is a major change to the story. But the story is not good. The story is terrible. So I get why they made all the changes that they did to the movie. They enhanced the storyline, they made it better, they made the characters make more sense, and they made it an actual mystery. Yeah, the book is not actually a mystery. Another good example is the Ella Enchanted movie. This one is a little bit controversial. I do actually really like the movie, and I read the book. Lots of people are unhappy with the movie, but I think that the choices that they made, especially with the kind of aesthetic of the movie, I think that was really great. How they made everything medieval but also modern at the same time. I thought that was such a good touch to the story and everything, like the setting. It was great. It was a great idea and I loved it. So that's another thing. They should add to it. They shouldn't take away from it. Okay, so I don't want you guys to walk away thinking that I'm saying that we shouldn't compare books and movies because it's not nice to the movie people. No, that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying that the differences of the book and the movie should not dictate your opinion of the movie. I think that we should think of movie adaptations as an interpretation and a movie, not a visual representation of a book. We will be a lot more content and happy with the things that we watch. We might even begin to see movies as the art that they are instead of something to be critical of. And I don't think that comparing books and movies should be the only or biggest part of a movie review. But I think it is still a lot of fun to compare books and movies and find all of their differences. And that is why, special announcement, I'm going to be starting a new video series called Book versus Movie. And in that series, I will be going through a few movie adaptations and comparing them to the book and saying what I liked and disliked about each of the book and the movie, what the movie did right and wrong, things like that. It's gonna be a lot of fun and I'm really, really excited to start doing that. So because I'm starting that, I would love to get your input of which movies I should be reviewing. It's not going to be a movie review, I'm going to be comparing books and movies. But if you have any suggestions, I would love them, and I would also love if you give your input about everything that I talked about in this video. I would love to hear what you guys think. So that was all for this video. I hoped you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you guys soon. Bye!